You so serious video. I appreciate you. I'm leaving the farmer's market. They didn't have anything I wanted today, so go figure, right? I'm walking into the studio, so I said I'd give y'all a just check in with y'all, see how you're doing. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. So let's jump in here. All right, so I'm going to podium this morning. We gotta do a little bit of micro content, saying what's up to my neighbors. Hey, hey, hey. All right, ones. All right. Gotta get some work done over here this morning, and thought I'd come by here and holler at the people. Say what's up. Hold on one second. It's getting cool outside. It's getting cool out there. It's not. All right, so we're good now. Now we're cooking. Good to see y'all. Thank you so much for hanging in there this morning. Okay, Google, turn on the studio. All right, so you gotta check the lights every now and then. But hopefully you all are doing well. Have a great Saturday. Said I would jump in real quick and not drop my phone. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. All right. So yeah, thank y'all for watching the video this morning. I appreciate it. Are You So Serious? And I think tonight we're going to be doing, Black Law Student and myself will be doing a follow-up. We got some good topics. We got some good topics tonight. So make sure 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you in the place to be. We plan on doing a good little conversation about some of the stuff that's happened in this YSL trial. And I want to make sure it's very clear, demonstratively clear, that I'm not 100% certain these gentlemen haven't done some of the things that they're being accused of. So I'm not saying that they're innocent, nor am I saying that they deserve to go free because because of that. What I am saying, however, is that let's just treat them fair. Like, I think a lot of the fervor about these men getting this railroad kangaroo trial would go away if they just got bond. I mean, I'm doing some research. There was a gentleman here in Atlanta that was a part of this whole gang life situation. That is, he was responsible. He was driving a car, and they got into a shootout. And his colleague was put to sleep permanently, right? The driver of the car pushed the friend out onto the street and let him pass away. That dude got bond. That dude got bond. And it wasn't one of the people that was on this, that's in the YSL trial. So I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, so now why can't Young Thug get bond? Why can they not get the same treatment? I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, there's a lot, like, what's the deal? So we're going to talk about that. Me and black law student, he probably wants to be considered young too. So we'll let him be young. Me and black law student, we'll be talking about that today. We got a couple of good topics in there. We are going to talk about the little D being arrested yesterday. I know lots of people found that and they wanted to ask about that. We'll talk about that as well. Shout out to Black Law Student. He's been an excellent resource in that regard. So we'll be talking about that as well. But, you know, the point this morning was just to get on here. I was hoping I'd get some good stuff at the farmer's market. I was let down. And the point was just to hop on, say thank you so much for the support on the channel. See if there's any questions, comments, anything like that pop up that anybody had. And then, of course, give you an update on things that are going to be popping off on the channel as the month ends. So that's really it. And I see Mandy in the building. Thank you so much. Retired. Mona in the house. Good to see you. I see Divine in here. Salute to you as well. Laura's here. Good to see you. Grace and peace to you as well. I'm gonna just double check, make sure it sounds good on YouTube. Make sure it looks good on YouTube. Okay, and also I was trying something else. I need to tell you why the camera is oriented vertically instead of horizontally. And I was told that YouTube likes when you do likes when you try live streams out in different formats. So orientation usually is that landscape style. Lots of us are familiar with that. Pretty classic, if you will. So I wanted to try it out like this, and I guess it looks good. I'm assuming I sound good. Nobody said otherwise. I'm looking at it over. I should put it on the screen over here. We can watch it together. Go full meta commentary on ourselves. Hold on one second. Oh, Laura, it's all good. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And this was just a quick, I guess it could be as quick as we want it to be. And I was just going to be answering some questions. Retired says it sounds amazing. So there we go. I'll take that as the word from on high. I'll accept it and keep it moving. Really? Okay. Yeah, this is something different. I was reading up on some things on YouTube. As you all know, I set a goal for my channel every month. So last month was 1 million views, and I hit it pretty well. So I was trying to go big this month, and maybe I stumbled out the gate. I don't know. Maybe I did something wrong. So I said, I'm going to go 2 million this month. I said, all I got to do is just work harder. I already had the formula, so I'm doing it twice as much. And I've been a little bit behind on that. So I said, I'm going to try. I was researching and reading up on it. There's still time in the month to get it. And so I was researching it, and I just ran across that formatting, the orientation is something that YouTube likes. That's okay. I'll try it. Not like that's going to give me 2 million views, but it's just something that they like. So I said, hey, the YouTube overlords, I'll give you what y'all need. Y'all want more? Y'all want vertical? Dear World Christian, I give you vertical, Dear World Christian. Absolutely. Lord, have a great trip, a great and safe trip. Real quick, let me grab a bottle of water. 1 second. Un momento. All right. We had a cable running free under here. I don't know what's up with me and these cables. The other day I had a cable, that cat cable's over there. I don't know why that's over there. I need to figure that out too. All right, what we got? What's on, Doug? I don't know, man. That's a fantabulous question. Doug says, why can't the IT department fix problems over a single weekend? Shows all the levels at the courthouse are not doing their jobs. No, I agree. I don't understand. I don't understand what the problem is. Um, it seems because they have a whole audio video room that's not a part of the courthouse, is not a part of the media room and whatnot. And I don't know why they can't. I don't know. That's a great question. Oh, okay. So Divine asks, is there any update on the last 2 non-jury days? At this moment, I don't have any new updates. However, I will make sure to find out. And tonight, when I do the live stream with Black Law Student, I will make sure we get as much information as we can. If I need to call resources and whatnot like that, but I have no idea. Because I'm also confused. I was like, well, what's the purpose of the 4 alternates? Aren't they there to I don't know. I have no idea how that works. So, needless to say, I'll make sure I find out this evening or have something better than I don't know yet because I don't think that's a good answer. Okay, retired. Thank you so much. Superstar, my super researcher. Thank you so much, retired. So in the Discord, we were talking about votes counting. So this weekend, I'll be doing some research to see if maybe there's a topic worthy of explanation or exploration. Oh, absolutely. What's going on, Rome King? Rome King, you need to come on up here to Marietta one day, man. We need to sit down and chop it up. I think that'd be a fun conversation. What do y'all think? Would y'all like Rome King and DWC to do a live collaboration? Drop it in the chat. What do y'all think about that? I think we definitely should meet at the courthouse. I think that's beyond that. That goes without saying. What y'all think about that? Tell me what y'all think. See, Rome. Okay, then fine. We'll go pick you up, man. We'll send a quiet car. Apparently, Rome King has a very fancy vehicle, and his vehicle makes noise. Man, come on, bro, get yourself over here, Marietta. Stop playing. Stop playing. Okay, absolutely. See, the people, Rome. We got to give the people what they need. This is what the people want, and you're no infinity expert, but you can make it happen. I concur 100%. Next Saturday, we can go to the farmers market. We'll go, stop by Cool Beans or whatever, get some coffee. We'll sit here, chop it up. We'll put it up on the big screen. Why is that not on? Let me go turn it on. We'll put it on the big screen. We'll give the people what they need. The people need that. Grab it, turn that on. Yeah, I see what Doug is saying right there. Yeah, I would not look. I don't think anybody, no excuse that they have at the Fulton County Courthouse should be money. That's unequivocal because they got money. They got bread in their pocket, as Tim Ross likes to say. Why's my TV not coming on? Mm-hmm. Because Lord knows they got enough. Yeah, DWC, you're co-conspirator. I mean, Rome, you're co-conspirator. Come on, bro. What are we doing? There's no reason to even fake the phone. Just come on, keep the conspiracy going.
Buddy here, we don't care what you like.
All right, let's see. All right, so yeah, the whole sound issue thing is wild. I don't understand it, truth be told. It just seems like it definitely sounds like cope, sounds like some excuses that they're just making. Okay. All right, that's gonna be wild. All right, so I got me watching me. That's gonna go crazy in a second. That beard looks good though. All right, let's see what happens. That is wild. All right. Okay, I'll be on task. So yeah, court IT funding has been devoted to the Nathan Fund. Fonda needs it to travel and for reelection. But does she really need it for reelection though? Don't ask it. Don't say that out loud. Does she really need it for reelection? Really? Why? Why does she need it for reelection? Lord knows she's not running against nobody. Come on now. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I might actually read the I Courtney Kramer reached out to me last week and asked could she come on the channel. I told her she could come on Thursday, but I needed some confirmation, so on and so forth. So that being the case, I have not read out her text message, and I might have to because I had some really good questions. I felt like the community gave me some fantabulous questions, and so I was ready to, give her some good questions, give her a chance to, show her skills and all that kind of stuff like that. And I got nothing back. So I'm feeling some kind of way. I might be in my feels. I might turn into a troll and just be like, let me do this and drop these text messages. But Ashley has them shook. Probably so. Probably so. Let me see what I missed. Hold on. So Doug said it's not free going to all those pulpits. I haven't seen her in a church in a while, but the problem is a lot of them pay her to come, give her honorariums or give her to her election fund. And I think it's fair to say she's not really stressing it. And like I said, I've driven into the city of Atlanta. I don't see advertisements. I don't see any kind of yard signs. I don't see billboards, all that kind of stuff like that. I'm sure the last week, 2 weeks, they'll probably dump every dime they have out of the coffers, but there's no need to right now. They ain't stressing it. Oh, that's pretty good, man. Okay. And y'all said the audio sounds good. Okay, cool. I feel like the audio that time I did it with StreamYard, I feel like the audio doesn't sound good. I should plug in my little microphones to test those out. Hey, what's going on? Ava, good to see you. Grace and peace to you this morning. Scott's in the building. Thank you so much. I just want to jump on this morning, say thank you all for watching the most recent video about is Judge Whitaker really serious about resolving this issue? And I just want to chop it up with you. I went by the farmer's market this morning. They let me down. There was nothing really good there this morning. It's also getting cold. So here in Georgia, we'll go from 90 plus degree days, and it almost seems very quick. We get into this is kind of cool outside. So it's kind of cool outside, and it's a little drizzly. It's not rain. It's just like spritz. So I think that's another reason why there's not a lot of people there today. But I would think this is the right time because it's when the farmers should be bringing in their wares, right? It is what it is. So there wasn't a lot there. The things I was looking for weren't there. And President Firstborn wasn't with me anyway, so it wasn't nearly as cool. Yeah, somebody sat there out in Lawrenceville. It is kind of gloomy out. So I just said I would come on real quick, chop it up with you all, see if there's any good questions, and then get on home and check on Lady Dear Woke Christian, because President Firstborn and Chief Executive Secondborn are at a theater club all-day event, and then they're going to a play this afternoon. I'm like, what's all trying to go? Like, you just gonna be gone all day? So go figure. That's my kid. That's my kids. Doug Day 9 says he's in Chechnya. Chechnya? Entire country is under flood warning. Well, we're praying everything stays safe there. For sure, keep us posted. So, see, Rome, if you had gone to Tennessee, you could have stopped in Marietta. You can roll right through Marietta real quick, holla at your boy. We do a little quick photo op. We get, RICO indictments, all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, overt acts. So by the time you come back from Tennessee, the grand jury is already back. They're at your house. They're at the outside, and they take us in, and we'll be indicted by the end of the day. See, I'm looking out for you, man. I'm looking out for you. Okay. Answer my indictment by Monday. I mean, look, we're going to get you bond by Sunday. You'll be out by Monday. Nobody even know you was in jail. Yeah, so tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, me and Black Law Student are going to chop it up about a lot of different topics. There's some fun topics about this trial. If you saw the thumbnail, I'm asking the question, is Judge Whitaker breaking the law? There's actually an answer to it, and it might not be the answer you're expecting. It's definitely not the answer I was expecting when he challenged me on that. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why is Brian Steele still fighting that contempt charge? Remember the contempt charge with Judge Glanville, the one where he threw him in jail or was going to throw him in jail? He's still fighting that almost a month and a half, 2 months later. We'll talk about that. We will talk about Little D and his arrest. That's going to be interesting. I have some feelings about all of this. I'm sure you all can. You all have feelings. I have feelings. I have thoughts. You do too. So that's going to be wild. What did somebody say? Kidnap DWC. Bro, if you roll through, man, look, Lady Dearwood Christian is at the house. I'll tell her, like, hey, babe, get dressed. Rome King is coming by to scoop us up. We're going to go to Tennessee. We'll stop at Buc-ee's on the way up there, just hang out for the day. Ain't nothing else going on. Come on. She might be ready, so come on. We don't go to Tennessee that often. Rome King is in Atlanta as well. Tennessee is about 2 hours away. Chattanooga is about 2 hours away. That's usually where we go. There's a lot of theaters up there that my daughters like to go see plays at. So we'll go do like a family day trip up to Tennessee. My wife really likes, there's a barbecue place up there. Go figure. I'm trying to think what other things. They just like every now and then they'll go up there. So, and really no rhyme or reason. So we'll just say, hey, let's go to Tennessee today. And most of the time they're all like in compliance. But needless to say, Rome King is not too far from DWC headquarters, Whitaker Park. So we say, hey, let's swing through. He's on his way to Tennessee, pick up DWC and Lady DWC. We'll run up there. We'll probably be considered, what's that? And that's that would be carrying our criminal enterprise over state lines. So then that will actually add to the indictment probably. So there's that. So I mean, we're probably going to get in more trouble. Matter of fact, we probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. Tennessee, Chattanooga is fun. Oh, we get federal. Wow, we would go up to federal if we cross the line. Yikes. Okay, well, maybe I won't do that. Yeah, maybe I won't do that. That could be problematic. But back to the live stream tonight. We're going to talk about Judge Whitaker. We're going to talk about Brian Steele. We'll talk about, of course, okay, there's also something else we want to talk about. And we kind of hinted on it. We don't go much further than that, though. Chattanooga, we're not adventurous like that. We'll work on it, though. There's also something else. Understanding how the RICO is put together and why a lot of us had this question. Why is Little Rod included in the mix if he was already found guilty of murder of somebody, of deleting somebody? Now, it is on appeal. It is on appeal, but he's already been found guilty of this crime. So we're going to talk about that because it was actually insightful. It makes sense why the state has Little Rod lumped in there. Very much so. And so we're going to talk about that tonight and hopefully get some good conversation between you all. If you have some questions, whatnot like that, those are a lot of the topics we're going to be discussing on this evening. So my intent was to hop on here for about, 45 minutes, an hour, answer questions and whatnot. I want to say thank you, as always, to everybody that watches what I'm putting out here. It does mean a lot. And my goal this month was 200, it's almost 200, was 2 million views. I'm a little short, but I realized that I need to continue to put out content that you all enjoy. So I will be putting out a community post, just trying to get a better understanding of what it is that your eyes like to see when you come to DWC, or what do you like to watch when you come on YouTube in general, so I can make sure that I'm not giving you content that maybe you're not that interested in. Real quick, Rome says, I was curious why the state claims all these unindicted co-conspirators who are named Unc and Sis were never charged, but swear that they had firsthand knowledge of the crimes and the conspiracy. That is a fantabulous question, and I don't have an answer. The only thing I can think of is they act, and this sounds bad, I don't think they thought about that. When we talk about why it is that in fact that Judge Whitaker is breaking the law, there's a specter that maybe is very possible these people didn't think about certain things. You would almost think that a lawyer is very thorough. There's nothing slips by him or her. Even the defense. And again, we all be, hats off to the defense. But it's very possible they didn't think about that, in my opinion. Lace Ann says, I'm sick of the phrase unindicted co-conspirator. It almost doesn't mean anything. Because it's like, how are they a co-conspirator if they're not indicted? And if they're indicted, why don't we know who they are? So I agree with you. I just like using it because I think it's funny. Yeah, I have no idea. Rome King says, seems like they heard calls in 2022 as well as 23, and they must use them. It's possible. It is very possible. I just don't know the logic behind why are they not tapping everybody or nobody? Why do they have some people but not everybody? Yeah. Yeah, that's Zachary's situation. We're gonna talk about that tonight. It is pretty sad, but it also shows you like this is again. So if I'm understanding this correctly, you don't have a case enough if you don't bring this man in. You have to have this man so badly that he could literally be on his final moments, but you got to have him come in and testify. Okay. Next week's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. So yeah, definitely check in tonight, 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. Me and Black Law Student. Should be a good conversation. Lots of he's got some good insight. So we were looking at having some good conversation. So prayerfully you all will enjoy it. Okay. I'm looking to see how it looks on YouTube. It looks pretty good. I guess I could have looked right there, huh? If you didn't know. They are pathetic. What's going on, Puerto Rican Gloria? And I agree with you. They are pathetic. Wait, what did Ray say? Ray said, I've seen my brother sign please. He knew 100% accurate. He said, take the fifth or taking 5 or looking for 10 to 15 years in prison. Wow. I appreciate you retired, says I do quality, not just quantity. I appreciate it. So my other red flag, Rome King said, was their highest impeached state witnesses. Records show that the Fulton County's DA's office personally swore out and wrote plea testimony and said sign them knowing that they can't remember lies. I mean, you're no lie there. So them knowing they wouldn't remember allows them to be able to read their own plea testimonies. Wow, you're right. Man. Yeah, so this case is just getting wilder and wilder. And again, if these people were as bad as they say that they are, which they probably, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. Why not just try it on that? All of this sleight of hand, all this judicial 3-card Monty is only making them look bad, makes them look like they're not serious, makes them look like they're not being forthright and whatnot like that. And it's like, what's the purpose of this? So I'm hoping that, again, something, even if they just say, hey, you know what? This case has gone so long. Like, here's a theory. Think about this. When they indicted Young Thug and everybody from the beginning, it was almost instantaneous that Brian Steele filed for a speedy trial, which moved this thing along. What if the reason they've been stumbling and half-stepping is because Brian Steele pushed them by pushing for a speedy trial? And you kind of see that in how the court responded to Doug Weinstein pushing for them to move this thing along quicker. It's almost as if they're not done. It's not cooked. And the bride and groom are already at the wedding venue, and the cake baker is still not done with the cake. Like, that's the kind of pressure it feels like they're under. They're not, everything that they're trying to present to everybody and tell you about is not there. Like, sure, we have this great frosting, we have this wonderful whatever what is that that thick coating that they put over cake to make it look all unified, whatever. They got that. They got, wonderful but it's not done yet. It's not finished, it's not ready to present. But they're trying to present it while it's still cooking, while it's still baking, while it's still getting worked through. And they're still scrambling and scraping to find key elements and points and testimonies and so forth, but they're not ready. And I think that's what we're seeing in 4K. All right, let me see real quick. Yeah, Lacey says they're desperate. That ex parte, let me see, somebody said something about ex parte. I'm sorry, I missed it. Did an ex parte happen to get that warrant? Okay, see, Lacey Ann, you must be team Black law student. Technically, an ex parte is not bad, right? But technically, an ex parte is what the grand jury is. So last night, matter of fact, I was on Black law students, what's it called? Twitter Live or Twitter Sessions or something like that. Twitter Speaks. He was doing a conversation there. And he actually argues that the very, very first ex parte, he argues that there's 3 ex partes in this trial, at least 3. And the very, very first was the grand jury, because they're presenting one side of the argument and you're not able to defend against that. So I'm like, I guess technically that is an ex parte. So the grand jury is an ex parte. Interesting. So to answer your question, I guess it was an ex parte that happened. That's kind of wild, but yeah. And Ron King says the jury always gets the grand jury always gets a pass, which I agree. But notice, if ever, and this is something, I don't have the hard facts or anything like that. Monica Mo Justice is in the building. Good to see you. Very rarely does a grand jury ever turn down an indictment. Very rarely. Most of the time, if a grand jury turns down an indictment, something happens. One thing happens. And it's usually the defense is able to speak. Very rarely does a grand jury, listening to one side of the argument, not come back with an indictment. If the grand jury ever doesn't, or not always, but most of the time, it's because the defense, somebody let lawyer DWC know, hey, they're about to indict your client, and I petition to have my client come speak at the grand jury. Now, the problem with that is, when I come to petition at the grand jury and speak and share my truth or share what angle I'm coming from, who's listening, right? The prosecution. So there's that possibility that I'm going to give up a lot. However, so long story short, I do think that, to say that it's an ex parte is kind of true. I think that's kind of true. But it, as Rome King said, it's one that they give a pass to for sure. But great point, great question. I see Monica in the building, Mo Justice in the house. I did see the warrant. Somebody said, did anybody see the warrant? I saw the warrant, and we'll have it tonight. If you want to jump on, Monica, Black law student and I tonight at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking about that and whether or not Judge Whitaker is breaking the law. Why is RICO stacked like it is? So why is it that they have Little Rod there? That's actually pretty, and you kind of mentioned it, I think. Monica Mo Justice, you definitely talked about it. And But we'll be talking about that as well as, oh, why is Brian Steele still fighting that contempt charge, which is crazy. I thought that thing would have been done with, but he's still fighting it. Yeah, follow on through. If you got time, Monica, I'd love to have you come through. Jason came in with a hot take. Jason Hodges, everybody, right there at the bottom. He just added a hot take, and I'm gonna have to go with him. This is too much. This is too much coincidence. This is too much coincidence that all of this is happening literally step upon step upon step. So, what did Jason say? Real quick, Jason said, Lacey Ann, I'm not buying this juror issue either. It's them stalling to get little D on the stand, in my opinion. I'm sorry, in my opinion, for the overt act. I can't disagree. I can't see. It just seems entirely, oh no, Hawk, this is for everybody. It's not for members only. It does seem extremely coincidental that a juror gets, something happens to a juror right on the heels of the state scrambling and scraping for a witness. Then the next day, they can't work. Was that Thursday? Then the next day, they don't work. That's Friday. And then Friday afternoon, they find little D, who is little D from Cleveland Avenue, who's almost like next to little Woody, I think his name has been mentioned almost as much. So now they find him over the weekend, they arrest them so that Monday you come in and I guarantee you it'll be little D or somewhere soon thereafter. But that wasn't gonna be little D on Wednesday. What happened? Just something I'm noticing. So yeah, I agree with you, Jason Hodges. Not only do you have a great name, but I think you have great insight on that. Okay, so Monica's saying that Brian still has to fight it because he was arrested. I agree. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it and just kind of unpack it a little bit because I think it's silly, but I got your point. Yeah, Lacey Ann said arresting him at the hospital tells me everything I need to know. Oh, wait, what did I say? So retired on Wednesday, there was some juror issue popped up and they never really explained what it was. I don't know if the juror got sick or I don't know. And actually they didn't even tell us that. They dismissed the jury to go to the restroom. And then it was a long restroom break, like 20, 25 minutes. And then it came back and said we had a juror issue, mics cut out, and then they went home or they closed it out. Thursday, they just did work. Friday, they did work as well because whatever was with the juror was never really truly resolved. I don't think the state is goading a mistrial anymore. Let me see, where is band shirt? Do you believe that the state is goading for a mistrial? No, I don't think they are anymore. And I'm gonna tell you why tonight at 9 o'clock. No, I think, even though I think the majority of people here believe and probably agree with me that I think the state is losing. I think the defense is winning hands down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But there's a not to give it away, but there's a Hail Mary, there's a trump card, there's an ace up the sleeve of the state, and it's a little rod. We'll talk about it tonight. And Monica knows, and Rome King probably knows too, so they can't talk. So I don't want Rome King or Monica to say anything. But if either of y'all want to jump on tonight, let me know. Rome King and Monica, hit me up in Discord or shoot me an email. But so to answer your question, Project Band Shirt, I don't think they're goading them anymore because I do think they were goading them before. I do believe they were trying to get the defense to ask for a mistrial. And I think that's why the defense has stopped asking for a mistrial, because they know they're winning. Now we still got this one trump card left. And again, we'll talk about it. Monica says she doesn't know. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad you deleted your explanation, Rome King. Thank you so much. And matter of fact, Filipino girl, I want Monica or Rome King to answer this question. She says, however, the jury is a hung jury. Is that when the state has the opportunity to retry the case? If so, will the defendants be allowed to go home until they retry? I don't know that answer. I would only be making it up. So if Monica or Rome King can give a more robust answer than me, I think if it goes to good morning, mom of two, knits, good to see you, grace and peace. If it does go to a hung jury and they do, I would hope they at least get bond, but viral me crazy says they don't go home. I mean, at this point, man, they're just dragging it out. I normally say they wouldn't retry it, but they may with the power Fonnie has, Filipino girl. Normally, they wouldn't due to the cost and how the optics are looking during the trial. And that's what I'm hoping. But I mean, there are, if as many bombshells as we've seen, there's still quite a few more. There's quite a few more that could just come out of the blue and surprise everybody. I mean, there's a lot of them. Mistrial is still locked up. Wait, mistrial, he's still locked up. Okay, so there's a couple of things there, and I think at the end of the day, we're going to see how it all shakes out, of course. But I think there's a lot of different angles to this. The YN Melly, I see a lot of people talking about him, and I mean, there's just a lot of different problems with this case, and I'm hoping that we can get down to it, a resolution that is at least borderline fair, at least in the zip code of fair, will come out, and everybody, not everybody, but the lion's share of people see that justice was meted out. I think that would be the best thing. All right, Melly has been locked up for 5 years on a hung jury. Oh my gosh, really? Yeah, that's going to be okay. So there we go. A lot of people saying, yeah, you don't get out on a hung jury. So that's probably what they don't want then. If they want their clients to go free, they don't want a hung jury. I agree. But I would hope that they could still at least petition for bond. But I got your point. They say he's been locked up for 5 years. I didn't know that. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for sharing that. Yeah, I think Rome King has it right. Imagine being a juror on a 200 plus day. I'm sorry, being a juror with 200 plus days of jury instructions on 500 exhibits of evidence and testimony. Yeah, all for $5, $25 a day. That's kind of embarrassing. I'm going to put Trump's trial, Ray. I'm going to put Trump's trial in a different category. I've always said the Trump trial was never going to go anywhere. I've always said that. I never believed that it was ever going to get to the place of being litigated. And I got a feeling it will never. It will never. If he's elected in November, it will never. If he's not elected, that was the goal, to keep him. I don't think it was really truly to put him behind bars. It was really truly get him off the playing field as a candidate, in my opinion. So I don't think they actually care. They already got felon tacked on his name, and that's not really working like they thought it would, because people are kind of like, okay, fine, he's a felon, whatever. So, but that was their goal for that, was to get felon tacked onto his name. And so they got felon tacked onto his name. And you notice right after Trump was tacked on with felon, a lot of those other charges, a lot of those other things just kind of evaporated. Just something I noticed. What did Rome King say? Okay, Trump had no business there. I don't care how people may personally feel. This was a show of force from opposing political parties. Okay, see, that's why Rome King and I are going to share a cell when we get indicted on RICO. Yeah, great point. Well, this is interesting, Monica. Monica says that Fani should have tried the RICO herself because the teams she created are not up to the task. Now there's unequivocal, no doubt there. That's why I believe it's all political stepping stones. See, but keep in mind, since Fani Willis rules the roost of the DA's office, all the success that the DA's office has rolls up, but all of the failures, those stay with the people. So if, for example, if Fani Willis is able to indict Young Thug and get a true jury conviction, you know she's gonna be in front of a microphone talking about how great a job that she did and picking the team that did this. Now, on the same note, if it falls apart, she's gonna blame it on Love and Hilton and Atkins. I mean, that's it. And of course, same thing with Trump. If she were able to try Trump and get him in an orange jumpsuit or a blue jumpsuit going to jail, you know she'd be in front of a microphone talking about how much she did, how hard she worked. On the same note, since it's going to fall apart, it's going to be, well, first of all, it's going to fall apart and nobody's going to actually be tacked onto it. People are trying to put it on Fani, but at the end of the day, I don't think people really are conceptualizing that, in my opinion. All right, let me see. Civic duty. Oh, now you're talking about civic duty. Look, I'm all for civic duty, but in this, not but, however, in this case, I think we can all agree. This is egregious. These men and women's lives are being held hostage. They're going on the second year, potentially. Well, I mean, let's say the trial started, so they're going on the first full year, and there's no resolution in sight. So at least, if nothing else, pay these people more. At least, nothing else, give these people bond. That way, at least some degree, the defendants as well. Because keep in mind, the reason for bond is to ensure that the person comes back. Do you want me to believe that whatever the bond that you put on Young Thug, that he's going to skip bond and he's going to just be able to blend in with the people? Is that going to happen? No, it's not. Everybody knows what these people look like. So if they're guaranteed to come back, they can't hide. Just let them have bond. Or I mean, and then pay these jurors a reasonable, I mean, y'all talking about McDonald's workers get paid a living wage, then give the jurors a living wage. That's all. If I were Fani, would you be embarrassed by Adrian Love? Lacey said, would I be embarrassed I would be embarrassed by Adrian Love, simply because Adrian Love, a lot of people see the correlation between the way Adrian Love acts and the way Fani Willis acts. They see it. So I would be embarrassed because people would know that's your disciple. That's my disciple. They're acting like this because this is the way I act. And that's in 4K. But I don't think Fani cares like that. I don't think she has that level of self-awareness. Interesting. I totally forgot about Anna Cross. Retired brought up Anna Cross, and Anna Cross was on the disqualification team initially. And I don't remember exactly when she left, but she actually left. And nobody's ever she just disappeared. And great comment though. I don't know why Fonnie won't talk about her. Great point, though. What's going on, my good brother, Mr. Kennedy? So Simply Reese Design says, one of my concerns is that the jury will be confused with so many counts that they will find them guilty by assumption, not the facts. We're going to talk about that tonight because we're going to look at the indictment. I read the indictment, what was that, Thursday? We went over the indictment, me and Black Law Student, and if Monica wants to jump on, if Rome King wants to jump in, y'all are welcome. But we looked at that, and I think there's a Hail Mary that the state has for that. And I think it's a little rod. I'll explain. So Monica says something that I think, again, many people probably will agree that, trying to move my mouse out of the way. Okay, in my opinion, based on a limited review of the Fonnie Willison election interference case, the decision to hire a special prosecutor was to allow Fonnie access and control behind the scenes. That's fair. The problem was she didn't have to hire her boyfriend. Like literally, that whole case probably would have been fine. That case would have probably been fine if she had not hired her boyfriend. Why did you hire your boyfriend? Like, what in the world is that about? There was no reason to do that. You did not have to hire that man. And therein is the rub. We went over the counts. I thought, Monica, did we not go over the counts and talk about your binder? Monica said, no, I didn't print it off and have like multiple layers and levels to it now. If I need to, give me a heads up. Let me know. All right. Excellent commentary. So, everybody, thank y'all so much. About 60 of y'all jumped on. I appreciate it. This morning, I just wanted to holler at y'all real quick. I went by the farmer's market. It was a bust today. It's getting cold, so I don't know if people are just not ready for the cold weather yet. They still want to wear their shorts, whatever. But that's I run into the studio, sit down, chop it up with y'all, and such like that. Okay. Tonight, 9 o'clock, me and Black Law Student, gonna go over a couple quick things. So, oh no, I got you. I totally get you there, Monica. But Monica said that she had to hire him for the access and control. He serves as a messenger. But could she have gotten that same effect by hiring somebody that she could just bully? Like, let me just say example. If she had hired Simone Hilton and had Simone Hilton do that, I'm assuming she could have. Couldn't she have done that? Again, I don't know if hiring Nathan literally the reason this whole case imploded is because she hired Nathan. To me, I think there could have been another hire. If that's what torpedoed her case, could she have hired somebody else and kept that thing afloat? Okay. So tonight, 9 o'clock, Black Law Student, I'm going to chop through a couple topics. Filipino girl says here. All right. So when Whitaker says pull your video with Sylvia, did she even ask Sylvia? And why is it that she feels the need to keep the new people who are the people's news? Keep the new people who are the people's news. Okay. All right. Then that court Rule 22 thing is very, very dicey. I'm trying to stay out of it. I have a Rule 22. I'm able to record in court. I'm able to, I could live stream, I could record. All I'm doing is just managing my live chat. That being the case, I'm not 100% certain. There are two words that Judge Whitaker uses that I think they get misunderstood. It's the word row and the word room, the word pull and the word pool. I'm not 100% certain what she means by pull your video with infamous Sylvia. Like, what does that mean? How do you pool it together? Do you mean pull it from Miss Sylvia? If that be the case, then that's what I think. That's different than pooling it. It makes no sense. I don't get. And the same thing with row. So there's a media row in the court, and there's a media room outside the court. I don't know what she's saying. Why she's saying it like that. Now, if she was telling that activist lady that she didn't want her to be in the courtroom, I think she should have been a little bit more clear. But all that around the block, I think there's room for the new media argument. And I think that we should have that discussion. But I do think that some people are quick to claim new media status and kind of ignore the fact that you don't really need to do anything. What you're talking about is not something new and novel. So I'm gonna leave it alone because look, I don't want them revoking my Rule 22, and I'm not trying to dunk on people who are trying to get their own. But it does put them. It causes people to look at them weird, and I'm not. Look, I'm trying to stay out of that mess. So that's why I'm just gonna leave it alone. But so that's that. All right, so what do we have here? Hey, what's going on, Ebo? Good morning to you. As well, good morning to you, Filipino Grad and Access Speak. Good morning. If the jury are unable to pay their bills, does the state step in to help? That's a fantastic question. No. Yeah, I don't think they do at all. I do think, in my opinion, and I might be like really hopium and trying to hope through this. I'm hoping that they'll change those laws about juries, especially even if they put tiers. You know, a jury on a murder trial that lasts 2 weeks, that's different than a jury in a RICO trial that lasts almost 2 years. Like the way they pay them should be different than the way they pay somebody on a 2-week trial. And if the trial goes past a certain day, it gets moved to a different tier. I'm hoping that happens because I really believe that would be beneficial. I am media row. Okay. I am media row. I'm in the court. I'm sitting on the media bench and such like that. I do not have to go back there into the media room and hold court back there. I don't have to do that. And I think that's what maybe that's what she means. That's what Hawk says. She wants you to download it from media. That means pull, but she keeps using the word pull and pool, POOL and PULL, almost synonymous. I've heard them used 2 different ways in different scenarios. So she's saying like, get your video feed from Miss Sylvia. I don't think that she should do that. I don't think she should tell somebody to get their media feed because Sylvia has worked hard to put all of her branding on her media feed so because she's trying to get remonetized. So I'm perfectly fine with that. If worse came to worse, I would just reapply, ask to be able to film it, but it's not that valuable to me. It's not that valuable. And I'm coming in considerably later than others. So I'm not trying to get in here. And there'll be people after me trying to get their Rule 22. But so I'm not trying to stir the pot like that. But great point. So Jason Hodges is bringing up the fact that McAfee dropped 2 more charges off of the Donald Trump indictment. Like I said, I don't believe it was ever intended to get to a jury or start getting litigated. So I won't be surprised if next Tuesday they drop 3 more and then they'd end up dropping more. Okay, let me see what Monica said. Pooling defined by the judge means that Rule 22 would get their feed from Sylvia. Okay. And you know what? Sylvia is super dope. And if I wanted to, if I really wanted to, I want my own DWC branded live stream, then I would go and do that and follow along to, you know, to pull the feed from Sylvia's infamous Sylvia's feed, and then I can brand it with DWC logo and everything like that. So they both, and I'm fine with. I would be fine with that. I just think that some of the back and forth about it is you're not getting that big of a difference, in my opinion. Is not the camera angles that need to be different. We need 9 camera angles. It's really the voices and the people reporting on it. That's what I think makes the difference. It makes it unique. In my 2 cents. What I just see right here. Don't wipe your nose in court when you're 10. And sit, right. I will not be wiping my nose. Okay, so we're saying pools. So why are they saying pools instead of pool? Because there's one camera and the mainstream media gets their feed from that one camera. Perfect. Sylvia has access to that feed as well as her own camera. So she actually has 2 feeds because she's able to tap into the one camera feed as well as her own. So, but it is what it is. Well, thank you, Shauna. Shauna, I appreciate you. Content creators need their own attorneys, really, to represent their best interests. Okay, I can dig that. I don't know when would that. I would have some questions about when. Why are my children texting me? Hold on one second. All right, let's see what the dangerous crew are texting me right. Okay, hopefully I didn't. Okay, so the theater club is hosting a meet and greet and a tea time with the children from the elementary school. So that's what President Firstborn and Chief Executive Secondborn are doing. And so they are at the high school hosting a tea party for I guess the up and coming theater kids that are in elementary school. And so they're sending me pictures from their shenanigans. I love those girls. I love them. Okay, so Monica and Monica says your channel is a brand. I agree. Now, sadly, I might need to dig a little bit more into this because part of the issue that Miss Sylvia, that infamous Sylvia had, is that she was streaming the main feed from the courtroom onto her channel with no face, no banners, no bug crawlers or anything of that nature. It was just the feed. And that's what YouTube ended up demonetizing her for. And so we thought that it was sufficient to just say, hey, it's on her channel. She has Rule 22 to be able to do that. And that wasn't it. So maybe there is like some more that we need to look into. So I appreciate it though. Brands require special licensing and branding. Yikes. Well, thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Ray says, I like your channel because of your belief in God. Thank you very much. I've been called. Okay. All right, Monica. Then okay. I got you. I'm gonna leave that one alone. You see that 10-foot pole? I ain't touching it with it. Okay, so all right, Rome King. Then again, I'm telling you, Rome King, come on up here to Marietta. Well, we'll even go on the quiet, the louder part of Marietta, so they won't even hear your exhaust pipes. But yeah, see, we'll park your car on the loud side of Marietta, and then we'll drive over here to the quiet part, and then we'll go from there. Because I wouldn't mind hearing, is there something else that we need to be doing as it relates to YouTubers, content creators, digital people out here in this digital, because this is the Wild West. Let's just tell the truth, man. We out here in the Wild West. Is there something else we need to be doing to prepare ourselves? I'm looking to hire a true. Well, I have an accountant for Whitaker Park, but I'm going to have an accountant. I have a digital virtual assistant who's been crushing it. Do we need other things? We need to do that. Is there something I need to do with that? So, Rome King, I'm not even being funny. I'm serious. We might need to talk. All right. So there's lots of good conversation about all kinds of stuff. Y'all are all over the place, and y'all know I love it. Oh, I'm telling you, Rome King, come on. I'm supposed to be going to alumni luncheon today. Morehouse is playing Howard, and we're supposed to go watch it at here in Marietta. So okay. No, so I appreciate it. So I definitely don't want to. I will follow back up with you, Monica, and make sure that I'm doing everything I need to be doing, and make sure that I'm holding it down. So we'll double back. I just want to give y'all a little lay of the land tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Me and Black Law Student. Maybe we have a couple guests pop in. We're gonna be talking about a couple fun things that have been going on in the YouTube space. We're gonna talk about whether or not Judge Whitaker is breaking the law. We're gonna break down how RICO is situated and why I think there's still a Hail Mary for the state to at least get a W. I know that's impossible. I still think there's a way that they're gonna get a W. We're gonna talk about why Brian Steele still is fighting this contempt charge. And yeah, he was arrested, but I just wanted to ask some more questions about it. So that's what we'll be talking about. And then we'll also be talking about the little D, him being arrested last night, and how it just seems really interesting that he was arrested last night and now they have a new witness that they didn't have yesterday, which just seems weird to me. So we'll be talking about that tonight. Tomorrow is Sunday, and I probably won't be doing a live stream tomorrow to get ready for Monday, which is going to probably be wild. We got a lot of good stuff coming up this week. If you're a member of the channel on Thursdays, I'll be doing our voice conversation, basically like the Twitter Live, where we're all just kind of on a phone call. I think people call it like Clubhouse, but we're going to be doing it through Discord. So if you're not on Discord, please make sure you check the community post, because the instructions are in the community post on how to join the Discord. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. It's been fun doing these videos. I'm glad that y'all have found value in them and all that kind of good jazz. If you have ideas, if you have you run across a good video you think, or an article that you think I should address and whatnot like that, it's around the area of law and conversation like that. It doesn't have to be in lockstep, but if it's around there, that'd be super dope. Shoot me an email, dearwokec@gmail.com. And we'll definitely look into it. Definitely shout out to Bora Bora. Bora Bora sends me more options in a little bit. I appreciate them. I really do. But yeah, let me see what else I'm missing real quick. Yeah, that whole little D thing, I think that's gonna definitely that's gonna probably be this week's conversation. I think so. Little D from mechanics. I mean, little D from Cleveland Avenue. I think that's gonna be it. All right, lots of good conversation. I see y'all were okay with Love taking the L yesterday, which was another coincidence, and Love wasn't there. Like interesting. It just seems there was a lot of coincidental situations. Well, Ray, I am glad that you're feeling better. You said you're recovering from a stroke. I think they were talking about Little D. It does seem a little grimy. I think I understand why he was arrested, even though it was, at at the hospital. That being the case, however, I would hate for him to having a medical event, you stress them out over this. I'm sorry, you arrest them and you stress them out over this. Man, that's just not a good look for them. But I don't think they care. I really don't think they care. I love it. Thank y'all so much. So I do want to say thank y'all again for watching the videos. Thank you so much for liking and all that kind of jazz like that. My likes and the comments on all of my live streams have been way out of proportion, which is good. That's a great thing. All right. So I thank y'all for doing that because it means a lot. It lets YouTube know that, hey, Jason's over here doing something good. And yeah, watch the videos, check them out. Let me know. Comment in there. Let me know what you think about it. And give me some feedback, especially if there's something I can improve on or something. Hey, Jason, have you ever tried this program? Or I see you're using this. Have you ever thought about that? I'm open to those kind of things. So it's definitely not an issue of I'm too big to understand or too big to take ideas from somebody else. I will definitely do that. So I appreciate it. Let me, so real quick. Yes, I don't think little D is Zachary, but let me hold on. Now I might be going out of my range. Let me pull up real quick. Because I had it pulled up earlier and all right, so that is Quindarius Zachary. That's who little D is. So that is correct. Quindarius is little D from Cleveland. All right, let me pull up. I'm gonna jump over to Thugger Daily real quick and make sure I got all the details. Because he also had the warrant, I thought. That's why I saw it this morning or yesterday, rather. Quindarius Zachary, aka Lil D, from Cleveland, on the state's upcoming witness list for the YSL trial, was arrested today to secure his testimony. Correct. Reportedly, he was in the hospital. He was arrested at the hospital after undergoing treatment for a blood disease. So that's that. So we'll look at this. Man, they got his whole address. No, they don't. Okay, no, they don't have his address on there. But wouldn't surprise me though, because the Lord knows it will do that. Good gracious, man. So yeah, that's little D. He was picked up on yesterday. But yeah, well, we will dig into it, get all into the weeds of it tomorrow. This evening for sure. I'm just looking to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, it's gonna be good. But what else I got? He has sickle cell, probably so. Yeah, when they say blood disease, that's what they mean. I don't know if he can plead the fifth. Kenneth Wood. I don't think he has an immunity, so I don't know. Can he plead the fifth? And I'm hoping that because somebody's mentioning, Shannon mentioned jail over the weekend with while you're ill seems to be a love's MO. Yeah. I would hope that, I don't think that they care, but I would hope that they did the right thing. Maybe to say, hey, he can stay in the hospital. He's just under, security until Monday or something like that. I would hate to think they actually took him to jail. I would hate to think that. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's the bad thing. On the same note, I would hate for it to have happened. I would hate for them to put him in jail. But it does seem like that's about par for their course. And that's the look that they want to have, I guess. Um, I just think that in my opinion, my little 2 cents, that would backfire significantly if they arrested that man, took him to Rice Street, did him like they did Woody, had that experience. He's just coming off of whatever it was going on, getting treatment for sickle cell or some blood issue. And then y'all have him come back. Oh, that would be such a bad look for them. I'm not 100% certain they care, though. I'm not going to even pretend like they care. But man, that would just be horrible for them. But yeah, and he's not a co-defendant. Right. I don't know who his attorney is yet, Monica. I will make sure I know before this evening. And Lord knows, I bet you will know if I don't. Because I'm going to call you when I get off this phone. Rome King said, Rice Street Medical is basically people who know first aid. That's messed up. Yeah, lots of good commentary. I'm just reading to see what else y'all have. He's an unindicted co-conspirator. Don't use that word. Now remember, we said we're gonna stop using that word. It's stressing people out. But yeah, he's an unindicted co-conspirator. Wow. Yeah, that's wild. So yeah, we got that going on this evening. Thank you again, every last one of y'all, for the support, the encouragement, all that kind of good jazz. Going to the farmer's market with me on Saturday. I was really wanting to walk around and do the farmer's market this morning. But one, it was a lot colder than I thought. Like, it's cool out here. And then, oh man, I was just a lot cooler than that. But I really appreciate y'all. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Monica just said that they don't have to name an unindicted co-conspirator. Okay, co-defendant, unindicted co-defendant, or co-conspirator. I don't know which one, Monica. I might be misunderstanding that. Filipino girl. That's amazing how they tried so hard to get Woody. That's amazing how hard they tried to get Woody to testify to the point of giving him immunity from prosecution. And they honestly knew the truth about the deletion of Nutt's life just to get Thug. I don't argue. I don't think they, again, man, it's a zero-sum game. They just want to get young Thug. That's it. Monica says, so there might be another ex parte. Look, we need to stop with this ex parte hearing, but without camera, but all the defense's attorneys. Okay, it's possible. Jason said, check out Umbridge. Taylor Umbridge is Little D's sister. She had their dad on there last night. Really? Shoot me an email with it, the link. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to answer these crazy text messages from my daughters that they keep texting me about this crazy tea party they're at. And I don't know, they're crazy, man. I love them though. Those are my girls. But everybody, thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. How about this one? I'll see y'all tonight, 9 o'clock. If you we'll probably just start at 9, depending on the rest of the day. If anything changes, I'll shoot a message out in a community post. But I'm pretty sure it'll just be 9 o'clock. And we're gonna just chop it up. We have Black law students coming through. Of course, Monica or Rome King are welcome. Love to hear their thoughts as well. But let's do this again real soon. I appreciate y'all hanging out in the studio with me. Y'all want to do a quick tour real quick, see what's going on up in here. All right, so got a couple of quick things. We've changed some of the lighting in here. And that makes it a little bit easier and a little bit better. That was so dumb, Jason. So that makes it a little bit easier to keep people properly lighted. We've also moved the table a little bit. If you're familiar with the way the table was, it's at an angle now. So, and that was again just to optimize. We realized that some people would sit in the corner over here and it would be out of the frame of the picture. So we wanted to do that, and so that was part of it. Also doing a little bit. They're doing a little bit of changing. We're gonna add an extra monitor for the producer's desk. And also, I don't think this is going to come together. As much as I wanted it to, I don't think this is going to happen. So I'm going to actually take these chairs home. I think Lady Dearworld Christian could use them. But yes, I don't think this is going to happen because it's starting to look like a workroom. So I'm not 100% certain what they're going to be doing with that. But we actually got a new printer in here as well. So quite a few things have upgraded, getting a little bit of upgrade, a little bit of change in here. Hey, Trayelle, you gonna be in College Park? Really? I'm in Marietta. But so that's what's going on here. I appreciate y'all. So let's do this. We'll wrap this evening, y'all. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I appreciate you all for the support and all that kind of good, the love and all that. And until then, everybody, grace and peace.